Now, as you continue with your life, this person is trapped in the loneliness he himself built. This person tries to disguise it, but the truth is, he lives in a nightmare. He misses your laughter, the way you lighted up his days. While you sleep in peace, he is awake, wondering if he will be able to regain the control he thought he had. Reality hits, and he realizes that the serenity you had when you left him in ruins. He said he didn't care, but deep down, he cares much more than he wants to admit. He presents himself on social media laughing and going out with other people, but the smile is just a mask. When the dust settles and the noise of the party ends, he can't escape the echo of your absence. You feel it, don't you? That little certainty within you that says he is not doing so well. You're not imagining it. This person has looked at your profile several times at night, especially when the solitude screams louder. He never had the courage to say what he really feels. The words got stuck in his throat, and now the only thing left is emptiness. The truth is that the image of you walking away has haunted him. He sees you as the only one who brought a kind of peace he never knew he needed, and that terrifies him. Meanwhile, you are rebuilding yourself. You are taking the reins of your life and moving forward. And he continues there, wondering what really happened. While you grow stronger, this person remains fragile, petrified by the fear of taking a step forward and losing you completely. He knows he can't go back and fix everything, but he also can't move on. Actually, that person hides behind various excuses. He said he needed time, but what he really needs is to learn to face his fears. Fear of discomfort, fear of opening his heart, fear of commitment. And you, who left in peace, showed him what true strength is. It is agonizing for him to accept this, but while he wrestles with his own weaknesses, you are living, experiencing new things, and yes, he hopes that there is a glimpse of your sadness somewhere. Did you know that he has already imagined you coming back? He has made plans and dreamed of finding you in a cafe, laughing as if nothing had happened. But when reality sets in, he remembers your goodbye and how much it affected him. And what happens? He puts himself in situations that remind him of you, and every time that happens, it's like a punch in the stomach, as if every laugh from others is a reminder of your absence. He can't ask you to come back. He didn't have the courage to fight for you when he had the chance, so how can he approach you now? Between the bravado of his friends and superficial encounters, that person continues to sweep feelings under the rug. But every time night falls and he finds himself alone, reality attacks him again. It is an internal struggle that he cannot win because he put himself in this emotional prison. And you? You continue living your life, and every step you take is a step toward what you really want. Meanwhile, that person is sitting in the dark of his room, reflecting on what could have been. The truth is that he knows you were real, while he built sandcastles in his mind. The pain is unbearable. That person is fighting against his own insecurities, questioning everything he did and what he left undone. In the end, he learned the hard way that the serenity you brought is missed, and that lack, that absence, will continue to corrode. Deep down, this person dreams of the courage you had, and while he drowns in his doubts, he also realizes that pride can be a prison. He knows he's wasting time, but the idea of seeking your forgiveness seems unbearable. And you? You are moving on, continuing, but a part of you wonders if he still thinks of you. The answer is yes, he does, but thinking is not acting. The truth lingers in the air, and you already knew that. You know he misses you, but the words were never spoken. And while life goes on, both of you are trapped in a game of shadows. The control he thought he had was indeed an illusion, and now only uncertainty remains. And the pain of it all is that neither he nor you have answers. You know it's painful, but that's exactly how things are. He watched you leave and realized that all the control he thought he had dissipated like fog at dawn. The calm you had when leaving was an earthquake in his life. This person is now trying to piece together everything you meant in his life. He talks about how you left so lightly, but the truth is it broke him. He feels the pain of the loss, but admits it to no one. While you sleep, this person finds himself awake, staring into the night's void, imagining what could have been. He said it was okay, that moving on was the best thing to do. He lied. In reality, what he refuses to accept is that you exposed his weaknesses. You had self-control that he never managed to achieve, and that left him lost. You did not leave with drama, and that only made it clear that he wasn't the only one with something to lose. And you know this because you noticed the change in his eyes when you made him look at himself. He keeps making excuses not to get in touch, but inside he's begging for you to do so. You felt it when he hesitated to seek you out, when the silences became heavier than the words. You're not imagining it. That feeling that despite everything, he's still looking for a way to reach you. It's real. He still navigates through old conversations, reminiscing about the sound of your voice, as if that could fill the hole you left. He is lost between the need to forget you and the desire to have you back, but the brutal truth is that he feels weak without you. He hides behind a smile, and the outings with friends are just a mask. He tries to drown the memories, but the reality is that at the end of the day, when the mask falls, the pain settles in. He can't admit this, not even to himself. It's not that he doesn't want to, he simply doesn't know how. Meanwhile, you continue with your life. Move on, while he is trapped in a cycle of memories and regrets. He watches your life on social media, trying to keep up the appearance that everything is fine. And the more you shine, the darker his life becomes. He is lost in his own pride, clinging to the idea that he is strong enough not to need you. He wants to take a step towards you, but he is consumed by the fear of being rejected. He is standing still, haunted by the possibility that you are already with someone who has the courage to be everything he was not. He has imagined asking for your forgiveness, but the reality he hides is that the words get stuck in his throat, suffocated by pride. You notice this because somewhere inside him, you are still a priority. He still has his moments of weakness, moments when he calls your name in a low voice, moments when silence turns into a scream. And with each passing second, the anguish grows. And you try not to think about him, try to move on, but the echo of memories doesn't let you. While you make decisions, he is there, stagnant, trapped in a maze of his own insecurities. You feel it should be easier, but when it comes to him, everything seems too complicated. And deep down you know that if he wanted to, if he had the courage, he would have done things differently by now. The truth is that he already realized you were real and that it's not easy to forget a true love, but he refuses to give in. He is trapped in his own mind, fighting against demons he created himself, and in the meantime he continues living this empty life, and you, even without wanting to, remain the focus of his thoughts. He knows he had a chance and let it slip away. Now, you are a shadow that doesn't leave his mind, and he doesn't know what to do with it. This person is submerged in an abyss of insecurities. He pretends that everything is all right, but the truth is that each laugh he lets out is a mask to hide the anguish he feels inside. While you sleep, this person wonders if he made the right choice by letting you go. He says he's focused on other things, but that's just a distraction. Your departure dismantled the confidence he had in himself. And you know this because you paid attention to the details. You noticed that when he spoke about his life, there was an emptiness in his eyes, a space you used to occupy, and that is now deserted. You felt it when he started avoiding certain places you used to visit together. It's like an echo of what he lost. You're not imagining it, it's all very real. He feels a mixture of regret and fear. He said he needed freedom, but what he really wanted was the courage to open up to you. The brutal truth is that this person knows that you were the only one who could make him look at his own vulnerability. He walked away because the connection you had scared him. He realized you saw beyond the surface, and deep down, he was afraid of what that might reveal. Meanwhile, you are moving on. You are living your life, surrounding yourself with friends, exploring new opportunities. He watches all of this from afar, with a tightness in his chest, wondering if there's still a place for him in your life. Social media has become the window to his sadness, and you must sense it. He must have looked at your photos, reliving moments that are now just memories. You've noticed this, haven't you? You know how he wavers between distraction and connecting with the feelings he tries to bury. He pretends not to care, but the truth is, he can't get you out of his mind. He tries to fill that void with other people, but no one compares. Each touch, each glance, each laugh from others only reinforces what he has lost. He has fantasized about the idea that you would come back, that one day you would knock on his door. But when reality hit him, the doubt that you might be with someone better paralyzed him. This is the real reason for his withdrawal. It wasn't just you. It was the fear of not being enough, of not being able to be the man you deserve. And you? You keep wondering if he still thinks about you. You still look at your phone, waiting for a message that may never come, because he doesn't know how to break the silence. Meanwhile, he gets lost in thoughts about what you might be doing, thinking of you when night falls and the loneliness tightens. He already understands that he was unfair. He knows he left you without answers, without the clarity you deserved. And the truth is, he's trapped in a vicious cycle, wanting you and at the same time being unable to do anything about it. He is a slave to his own pride, and this pride keeps him away from you, even when everything he really wants is to get closer. You already knew that. It's all so clear now, isn't it? And the pain is there, raw, unadorned, in the expectation that something will change. But time doesn't stop, and the chance for reconciliation slips through his fingers while he continues in his game of illusions, watching you from afar. This is the reality, and it's all you needed to know. This person is tormented by your absence. He won't admit it, but every time he looks in the mirror, he sees the reflection of a guy who failed. He convinced himself that he was in control, but in truth his life turned into chaos since you left. While you sleep peacefully, this person is awake in the middle of the night, reliving moments that will never come back, feeling the pain of what he himself destroyed. He thinks he can move on, but the truth is he feels empty. He said everything was fine, that he needed time. But the only thing he needs is you. He tries to distract himself, goes out with friends, meets other people, but when night falls, loneliness consumes him. He can pretend he doesn't care, but he keeps checking your social media like a desperate teenager, hoping for a sign, any sign that you still think about him. You felt that, right? That strange sensation that he's always around, even when he's not. You're not imagining it. You know he misses you. He hides all this behind a facade of confidence, but inside, insecurity devours him. The person he shows to the world is just a shell, a mask he uses to protect himself from what he really feels, an immense fear of not being enough for you. That's why he stood still while you made the decision to leave. He could have done something, he could have fought, but insecurity won. Meanwhile, you are rebuilding yourself. You are moving forward, learning to love yourself first. And him? He's stuck in the past, counting the days since you left his life, imagining how things could have been if he had followed his heart. He finds himself in an abyss where the safety nets have been broken since you walked away. He once dreamed of the life you could have had together. He remembered the promises that were never made. And every time he sees a happy couple, the pain tightens even more. He feels he can't forgive himself, that he can't go back because he can't face the truth that he let you go. And you're wondering if he still thinks about you. And yes, he does, but he doesn't have the courage to admit it. The truth is, he knows you deserve much more than he could offer. He is fully aware that he could have fought, could have changed, could have been the man you deserved. But weakness is a chain that keeps him trapped in his own fears. He got lost in his own arrogance, thinking he could have everything under control. But he was far from it. Seeing you leave, it became clear that you have the control he so desired. And meanwhile, you keep breathing, freeing yourself, learning to live without his ties. You are strong, you realize that. And him? He is still in the same place, fighting against the shadows of what could have been. He looks at the phone, rehearses messages, but nothing seems good enough to break the silence that has settled between you. The truth is that despite everything, his pride is a prison. He fought against himself and now pays the price for having lost the only person who would really make a difference in his life. He is waiting for a miracle, a way to go back and recover what he lost. But that miracle, it's not going to happen. Now that person is trapped in a snare of his own making. While you sleep in peace, he is awake, rethinking every moment, every conversation, every gesture. He was so convinced he had control that he didn't realize how much he lost when you decided to walk away. He feels a vast emptiness inside him. It's a mix of frustration and disbelief, because the truth is he never had the control he thought he had. He said everything was fine, but the reality is he can't stop thinking about you. While you moved on, he remained stuck in this cycle of regret and doubt, wondering where he went wrong. You know this because you felt the weight of the indifference he tried to show. You saw in his eyes that beneath the confident facade, there was uncertainty. You noticed the signs when he said one thing, but his body language conveyed another. He tried to act like everything was under control, but you noticed that what he was hiding were his insecurities and fears. He fears that you have found someone who is everything he couldn't be. He convinced himself that he didn't need anyone, but the reality is that he misses you. When he looks at his phone, he waits to receive a message from you, but hesitates to act because his pride prevents him from taking the first step. Meanwhile, He is trapped in his own web of self-sabotage, hoping that somehow you will reappear. You also felt it when he started to pull away. You sensed that subtle change in the way he looked at you, as if he was preparing to say goodbye. But he never had the courage to face that truth, to admit that you were everything that really mattered. Now he finds himself lost, navigating through a sea of emotional confusion, where every smile of yours that he sees on social media is like a stab in the heart. Meanwhile, you continue with your life. You work, make new friends, try to let go. But deep down, you know he's still thinking about you. And the brutal truth is, he wishes things had been different. He wants to go back in time and correct his mistakes, but he knows that's impossible. You were a breath of fresh air in his life, and now he finds himself suffocating in the routine. And you know what's even more painful? He will never admit that his leaving was a silent cry of desperation. He pretends everything is fine, distracting himself with work, compressing his feelings as if he could erase them. But deep down, he knows you are the reason he keeps coming back to his thoughts, the reason he can't move on. Time is passing, and with each passing day he feels that the chance to regain your trust is slipping away. He clings to the hope that you still feel something, that there's still room for him, but he knows that your peace may not include him. Meanwhile, you are rebuilding yourself, healing, and he is just a shadow of what could have been, and you already knew that. And if this resonated with you, don't let this message die here. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss the next videos, share with that person who needs to hear this, and leave a like if you felt this truth in your heart. See you in the next one.